Welcome back. It's semi-final number 2. We've just seen Chiefs take it 2-1. Wasn't the 2-0 that we'd kind of expected going into it, but you know how these games go, and all respect to Mongols for the work they put in. Now we see Boots take on Signature. Signature, the famous Inferno team. We haven't really seen too much else from their map pool. Going into this, though, it could be a bit of an interesting one.
Well, you saw Boots, their first veto, Inferno. So I think at this point,
they've learnt.
Everything for me is leading towards Boot winning this game. DSN coach, he's doing in fact, their team play is some of the better team play I've seen throughout the whole qualifier.
Yeah.
And that I put that down to the fact of DSN 1.6 legend for people who don't know him. And it's going to be Mirage, Cash, Train. These guys have played each other a handful of times. You can see it over here. Boots win Cash 16-6 the last time. All the stats allude to Boot just taking this fairly convincingly. Now, we said that with the Chiefs game, but I think we're talking about two different caliber of teams here. Chiefs and the Mongols, I think, are better, obviously. Boot, they've just qualified. I'm going to mention it again. Qualified for DreamHack Malmo. They beat Tyloo out of that position.
This is a big feat, especially across this region where Tyloo have been so dominant for so long.
Oh, exactly. And Tyloo have even challenged Tier 1 teams. They've taken maps of Tier 1 teams, like famous Mirage games, things like that. So I think, ultimately, Boot here will take this 2-0.
2-0, this man thinks going towards Boot. I think it's going to come down to 2-1. I believe that Mirage, being a more of a middle ground map, I feel like Mirage Signature might be able to take. But it depends how Boot start off. If Boot start off and win in absolute convincing fashion, they might just completely shut down Signature. But I would go with Boot as the overall prediction. Let us know in chat, guys, who you think is going to win. Remember, if you're from Australia or the UK, head to unicorn.com/deposit. We've got a special bonus across the board there for you guys. And if you're not from one of them countries, you can bet with unicorns on unicorn.com, where we're giving away 1,000 unicorns during this game for one of you guys out there that you can spend to bet on the website. Hopefully you've enjoyed our famous odds break where we help you with your predictions. Let us know in chat what you think is going to happen. We both believe it's going to be Boots. He thinks 2-0. I think 2-1. Let's see how it goes. We'll bring you guys the game in just about 7-8 minutes. So don't go anywhere.
outline where frozen breath originates. With one motion of a wanting eye, she strips everything away. This one moment is intensified and the colors all fade to gray. Inside this fantasy, it seems so real to me. Synthetic ecstasy when the legs are open. Show light behind the wall where men and angels fall. A fading memory when my mind is frozen. I can see a frozen point in time that is easy to retrace. Light and darkness are intertwined, the elements are in their place. With one motion of a wanting mind, the real world begins to fade. And all the hateful things I have become temporarily go away. Temporarily go away. Inside this fantasy, it seems so real to me. Synthetic ecstasy when the legs are open. Show light behind the wall where men and angels fall. A fading memory when my mind is frozen. Let's go. Go away. Let's go. It seems like right from the moment of your birth, someone's been needing to bring you down to earth. Lost up in your atmosphere of self-entitlement. That broken halo on your head is hardly heaven sent. It's time for someone to bring you down to earth. You go on pretending that you own the universe, and we'll all be here watching as you're falling down to earth. No matter how high you climb, when rules of gravity collide, no matter how hard you've tried, when your ego endures.
We're back, we're ready, and it's time for the second semi-final game of today. Now, Mongols, they impressed us. It didn't go their favor. Chiefs took the win. It went 2-1. Now we're going to see Boots taking on Signature. Signature, the almighty Signature, Inferno Pros. Also not too bad on Mirage where we're starting, so this might give them the confidence boost. But BOOT.dS, the team that is coached by the legendary DSN, who we can't actually see in the server at this stage, which is unique for here.
That's interesting.
Yeah, normally he's there for every single game.
Exactly. And okay, I will get the old initial scoreboard thing out of the way for people.
Make sure you guys can see the pings.
It is actually 5 across the board for Boot, and then obviously 30 pretty much across the board for Signature. So in reality, it's more like 15 for Boot and then like 40-ish. It's like compensation away. But anyway, Boot Gaming, you mentioned it, coached by the legend DSN. I do like that Gamma Doppler from Tommy.
George has this thing called Knife Envy, guys. And while he's a fantastic analyst and co-commentator, no one has been kind enough to hook him up with a knife yet. So we're waiting for these deposits to come in. But we get straight onto this pistol round, and Signature got into B without having to deal any damage or have too much damage dealt towards them. Reality M, though, down on 5 health already. Sorry, 2 health. Been tagged down quite heavily there. Oh, nice one from Benkai comes through. Rolex, though, to the side of him, causing a bit of a struggle themselves. As he does find, well, Chan comes in with a kill. Stick Chan found 2. Can he make it a 3rd? As it's very back and forth here, but the T's are holding good. Only Splash left alive. Nice headshot, but he's got 2 health and a dream. He does have the defuse kit, but he's got to find Gutor. And they're going to spray through, and he's playing it so careful, but there's just not enough time. It is going to blow up. They will both die. And we see it go 1-0. And why on earth did they play the retake game like that? That was very... I'm never a fan of that personally.
No, I don't like the retake on B Mirage. I suppose the theory is normally you have a guy with a 5.7 and a guy with a USP on that balcony area. You kind of bait them in and then spam them down with the 5.7. But playing full USP retake, always going to be difficult. And actually, Signature, I did say I thought Boot would win 2-0, but I was forgetting about the fact that Signature have won Mirage twice against Boot, 16-13 both times. So that could spell trouble, but it's only very early on. And Boot, again, they've only forced into this a little bit. Just pistols, no armor. So I like this decision by them. It's going to be a fairly simple round for Signature going into it.
Yeah, they can take their time a little bit. They didn't push into it and put themselves in any situations where Boot could grab a few shots like that. As Impression does put the hurt on Mr. Giggs. Moxie coming up huge as well. I thought he was going to go for the second one as well. But damage has been applied. Kills have come onto the board. But Stick Chan will get that bomb down. And Signature, again, will comfortably pick up this round. Just got to hold on to what they've got, and that is possible.
I wonder if DSN is working or something.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's going to be like a massive deciding factor, but he's a very valuable coach to have. He's ex-professional for one of the best teams in 1.6 history, really. And yeah, not there when it counts for the semi-final game that Boots have worked so hard to make happen.
I imagine he does awesome work with the likes of Moxie. But again,
ooh. Tommy's going to be kicking himself. He didn't manage to pick up that kill as Ryan Giggs is there as well to back it up and come with a few kills himself. He's got the MAC-10. He's trying to pick up that money, and that's exactly what he does. 2 swift kills. Only Benkai left alive on the B bomb site. The bomb's all the way back towards the bottom of middle. Benkai gets spotted out. Stickchan just waits for it to come into play. Now we see it all important. The pivotal round, the big gun round. As BOOT.dS have to find an answer here against what Signature will try to fire back at them. It's going to be all about that mid control, and we instantly see a double AWP setup. This is interesting.
And that would be why they didn't buy any armor on that second round. Like I said, DSN working with Moxie and Splash, they're obviously going to have some good setups on the CT side. And instantly, it looks like they want to take mid control, kind of playing one guy up on the fence, and then 2 push towards middle. So aggressive play so far from Boot.
Yeah, Boot have that confidence play. I like the setup from middle, definitely. 2 towards B, 1 holding A, because they can get the rotate through connector very quick. It's not a setup that you actually often see played either. Normally more on eco rounds than buy rounds.
It's It's a very interesting server. I guess you got the two AWPs either end of the map, so it makes sense to try and lock down this middle area. And instantly, as you can see, the trades go in favor of Boot. So a good start. Tommy isn't going to get out of there quick enough. And that's because the Molotov actually came down towards Connector, so that's going to cut off his rotation. He's going to go down, and it's going to be back to 3-on-3, and 2 AWPs in play. We need to be careful they make these entries. They don't want to be retaking with them.
Yeah, we'll see Signature taking it a little bit slower now. Looks like they're moving towards the A bomb site. You got Rolex who came from below, snuck round, found 1 kill. Now in Connector, but Splash is ready. Splash is waiting, and he finds the kill. 2 members left alive for the T side, Gutor and Reality M. They've got to try and find a way onto this A bomb site. They've got Moxie there with the AWP, keeping it defended, but he's smoked out as it stands. Splash in a good position as well. The crossfire is going to be huge. Moxie finds one, Splash finds the other. And now we see it go 1 round up for Boot, and a very convincing round.
The thing that's nice about running double AWPs on Mirage is the fact that you can play aggressively towards that middle area. You can also play that retake kind of SKS setup. Usually you see Fallen do. Towards that ticket area, watching Connector. 2 guys A ramp. 1 AWP B, 1 on short. Kind of controlling the middle on his own. Cold 0 in that position. But those are different teams, different players. But it looks like Boot are taking some inspiration from their sets. At least from them. First buy will go in favour of them.
Yeah, and again, BOOT.dS going aggressive. Giggsy's found 1, but Impression's out there in the middle. He's backed up by his teammate. Beautiful by Benkai. Comes in, picks up 2 kills, helps his teammate out a bit as well. Now only Gutor and Giggsy left alive. Moxie's raiding. He knows where Gutor is. Got the AWP poised and ready. Nice timing. He tries to avoid the flash, but he keeps himself hidden. Won't allow Gutor to take him down. Benkai picked up a 3rd kill for his troubles. Playing middle very well, switching up positions. And Impression comes in to defend his fallen teammate. 3 members left alive again for Boot as they pick up the next round. And the money here for Signature, not looking so good early on.
And so far, so good. This is what happens when you invest in AAWP, okay? It looks like now they're still going to rocking AAWP, but this is what happens. If you're able to get off to a good start, you're able to shut down the terrorist team. It makes it very difficult for them to get back in the game due to the fact that Benkai even missing his jump there, questionable. But due to the fact that you don't really have utility to execute on the bomb sites, and that just allows the AWPs to wreak havoc on your setups. But the Horcrux is, if you mess up and lose it early on, then you're in a situation of disaster in CT. But so far, so good. 2-3, Boot looking in control.
Now, interestingly enough, Splash decided to jump through. I was unsure if he had an idea of what was going on, because he could put himself in too much of an open situation. But a very slow round here from Signature. Gutor, the only one towards A, maybe trying to cause just some sort of distraction. He's making a lot of noise, but he goes down instantly. And Impression's not going to be surprised by that, as the rest of the team do rush into this B bomb site. The best thing they can hope for is to get the bomb down, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Splash and Tommy playing it safe, playing it smart, playing it back, but they get the kills and they even it up. Even Stevens 3-3, and BOOT.dS looking comfortable with weapons in their hands.
Well, the only convincing round so far from Signature was obviously that pistol round where they stormed into B, and that was kind of more of a mistake from Boot. Every buy round hasn't really been that close. We had that 3-on-3 situation, but that was pretty easy in the end. And Signature, they looks like they just want to keep running this default. Boot, they're not afraid to keep going up aggressively.
Yeah, they do not care as they come to rain in there. Impression picks up 2. Moxie there. Moxie even, sorry, with the AWP. Finds the next kill. Now, there is only 2 AWPs are left now for the CT. Benkai's played this really smart. Did he hear Gutor, though? Is he aware of this? He's taking it slow. He's got to check sandwich, and he will find the kill. Nicely done. Only Rolex left. And the thing that scares me a little bit here, though, is when they have 2 AWPs in play, and they go up against AKs, then they've got to be so careful, because if they don't hit that shot, then it gives the AKs that chance to make it rain.
That's where it becomes a problem. If you allow the terrorists into the bomb site, retaking with 2 AWPs isn't really ideal. I know we saw it at the major, Immortals, obviously, with that insane retake with the 2 orcs, but usually it's very difficult. But this is the good situation here. The economy's looking good. It's looking decent for Boot. 4-3. That's the first buy. That's another buy round on the board. And I wonder when the adaptation is going to come in, because every round so far has been contested at middle. And are they just going to play a little bit smarter, Boot? Are they going to fall back next round, or are they just going to keep doing it? Because so far, they're not really being challenged.
Well, again, we're going to see a B push coming into play. Splash misses the first shot, goes for the second, makes it happen as Tommy's there backing him up as well. They're dancing around. Very beautiful play there, Splash! How does he do it? Such close range. Much wow. 5-3 as BOOT.dS makes it happen.
Such well.
I only got that because one of their knives is, it says like, much knife, such wow, or something underneath it. But that was incredible. Close range, he didn't care. Splash came in despite the pressure, and that's what happens to a lot of Orc players. They get pushed around like that, and they actually end up going scared and missing shots. He loved that pressure. He was just entertaining it.
Well, he's not even afraid. He doesn't even whip out his pistol. He's just quick scoping people left, right. Even if he misses a couple, like you said, darting around the bomb site, using his cover well. 5-3 and Signature, right, kind of the right time to come into a pause. We're going into another buy round, and what do? At this point on Mirage, if you can't get your default working, it becomes very obvious what you're going to do. You're either going to execute A or B. That's fairly standard anyway on any map. But what I mean by that is Mirage is one of those things where if you can't take mid control, you're going to be in a lot of trouble going into the rest of the map, because it is so prominent. You need to be able to push the CTs around, force those rotations, more so than pretty much any other map.
Well, BOOT.dS with a little lead so far. You can't say a significant lead just yet. Signature, they are on the board, but since these guns have come into play, they found it a little bit difficult to deal with the double AWP setup. And I'm wondering what Signature will do if they maybe try pick up someone with an AWP to try and fire back against each other, or are they just going to rely on the heavy rifle style? Begins to push into this, but Impression and Splash once again making it work. Benkai as well, and this is just absolute dominance. Second kill for Benkai. Does he know where Reality M is? Sat in that smoke. Splash looks to go out aggressive, and he's not missing shots like that. He makes it look easy. 6-3, and BOOT.dS are looking comfortable with guns, with pistols, with anything in their hands, where it doesn't really matter what Signature has.
No, and the last time these guys would have played would have been April on Mirage, and that's when Signature actually came out on top. But a lot of work's been going in since then from DSN, and obviously Boot, like I said, that massive result qualifying for Malmo over Tyloo, that would have hurt Tyloo 100%.
An unexpected game for sure, and it's a big stage for BOOT.dS to go play, and especially for DSN going back to Sweden, making that happen. That's huge.
Yeah, that must be a huge motivation for him. He'll get to see everyone. It would be nice to actually see him at events.
Now I'm loving the teamwork here. Impression, Moxie, and Benkai. You just keep seeing and hearing their names every time we're in A, and instantly another round on the board, another round goes down. I don't think I've quite seen this many fast rounds from one team yet. This is incredible.
Oh, and we're in that situation as well. It's 7 on the bounce. And this spells trouble for Signature, because even if they pick up a round, then obviously we're in that round reset potential. So Signature, if they win a round, they need to win it convincingly, save as much economy as possible, and then try desperately not to lose the next one. But so far, Boot, ever since that pistol, they're just in complete control. Very confident. Look at Splash. The aggression.
Yeah, this is next level confidence from Splash, but is he going to be aware of how close someone can be? He's backed up by Tommy. Now, this is great teamwork, and he does flash it out, and that's just perfect. Rolex is probably thinking, how on earth did they know? How did they get this? He goes down without even a chance of saving himself. Benkai's also pushed even further. And Stickchan and Reality M. Reality M has to be huge here with his AWP. Did he spot him? Yes, he did, but he still can't get the kill. Oh, he's spraying it out. Benkai making it work. Can he pick up the second? Throws the nade over, and that's... Oh, that narrowly misses him. Reality M lives to fight another day, but just by the skin of his teeth. Tommy still pushing around. Reality M, low health. Oh, this could be a knife. Is Tommy just going to go for it? Oh, he's not checked. Oh! Oh, God, he just heard it. He manages to make it work, finds the kill. Gutor and Giggsy, the only guys left alive. But this is an okay situation for them. Not if Tommy does that, though, and Giggsy does nothing.
Yeah, Giggsy, known in his previous career for being consistent, but not starting the best here. The problem with Boot, the problem I foresee, sorry, with Signature is just they're in this situation now where they're so far back. The default hasn't worked for them. They've been shut down in the middle. So what happens? They get scared, and they figure, okay, we'll just go slow. We'll wait for that initial push. But really, what happens off the back of that is you wait for so long and nothing really happens. And then the CTs, Boot, are just really well informed of how to play dynamically on CT. They went for that B apps control, and immediately off that, they get all the information required. And then from there, it's just going to be very hard for Signature to do anything. At this point, if I was Signature, just try and run a set execute, even a fast A split, maybe an A round, just anything you've got in your arsenal, because the default's not working, you're just getting picked apart.
Well, you can see 8-3 on the score, and these rounds have been fast. Every single time the Signature's had guns in their hand, they've still left CTs alive, at least 3 of them alive. That's a lot of economy being built up here for BOOT.dS, and they're going to be feeling super confident. But the key thing here, don't get over aggressive. Don't push out. Don't be. Just stick to what you know. Stick to what's working. And be reactive where possible. Instantly, impressions. Again, fires back against Gutor. Bit of firefight. Damage done across both sides. But he comes out even better. He comes on top trumps.
The thing with this game as well is that Signature, if they have a chance in this best of 3, they really need to be picking up this match.
Yeah, Mirage was the one the Signature could make their own. They could dominate on. They've done it before. We know they've got the skill. And Reality M trying to find the way in, but impression's there. Nice work, though, as Gutor and Stickchan do find an answer to it. But are they able to fire back? Giggsy, AK in hands, not checking the corner just yet. And Tommy rips him apart as soon as he pops out there. Splash is coming from CT Spawn with it in his hands. Got the AWP, but they didn't go out together. Splash focuses with the Tech 9. A lot of damage onto Gutor. Doesn't have anything else to work with. Is he going to stay on it? Oh, this is confidence, but it's not enough as Gutor finds the headshot. And finally, we see Signature pick up a round. But you know what this means? They have to get the rest of it, because otherwise they're going to be reset. 2 players on 16k there for BOOT.dS.
And that's the problem. We are going to have to get at least 3 rebuys from the terrorist team. So only 2, Reality and Ryan Gaze 1.3, 1.6 respectively. And that's the problem. Signature, they scrape around together, that's fine. But if they lose this, it could quite easily be 10 or 11-4 half, and well, 10-5 or 11-4, and that's the issue. Signature just don't look convincing in how they're winning around. Look, you see them just so far back, waiting for that initial push, and now Boot are smart. They're not taking anything for granted. They're not playing that aggressive angle. And just, yeah, Benkai obviously with the little jump. Spotting top middle. And yeah, going from there.
Bit of a slow round coming out from Signature. They've not faced early on. And that's quite key here, because all the other rounds, they've at least sent one member out quite aggressive to start off with. Impressions, avoiding flashbangs. Keeping himself ready and waiting. And this is actually quite nice here from BOOT.dS, because they've not overextended now. They know Signature's picked up a round. They know they've got to be careful, but they're still playing smart Counter-Strike. They're not just saying, look, we can out-aim you and we can roll over you.
Oh, and the thing here as well is that Signature, 39 seconds on the clock. Finally, they are going to get the execute coming in, but the CTs already know, and this is where they're kind of set up for it, right? Because they've got all the information on the B apartment. So, in actual fact, Tommy needs to get out of there and rotate. You don't even need to be at B at this point, because you know that there's no one in the apartments.
Yeah, nice set of flashes and smokes coming out, but Moxie still manages to find the kill onto Rolex. He's backed up by impressions on the side, goes up for it, takes down Giggsy and his teammates backing him up. Signature needs to find an entry, they need to spray away here, but is it going to be enough? Benkai's already come on the rotate, sprays it down, and the time was ticking away. Another round up on the board for BOOT.dS. The reset comes in, and the money of Signature is absolutely destroyed, despite the great execute coming out from the T side.
And like we said, Reality obviously saving the AK from previous round, could drop potentially Galil for his teammates. Something could come in there, but they aren't going to opt to force. It will be the full eco. So that's the problem. When you go that far ahead, CT, you win a round and then you don't win the consecutive one, you're going to get reset. And no matter how you look at it, it's going to be a very weak force at best or a full eco. And that should open up the gates for Boot to lock this half out at least 10-5. Potentially 11-4, and Bear in mind, Signature won 16-13 last time, so I think it will come down to how Boot's T side is. But so far, they're in complete control of this game.
Pistols again up on Signature. Giggsy, very nice shot there. Took it super slow. Deals with Splash. And that's going to allow him to have a chance to get into the bomb site. But not if Tommy's got anything to say about it. Even with the silence then, boys. Tapping away. He does go down at the hands of Rolex, but he's found a couple of kills. He's halted the rush just a little bit here. But the bomb, nowhere to be seen. No one's picked it up. Why are they not going for it and trying to get the plant down? Why are they taking their time with it? The nades come in. They're just allowing themselves to get absolutely destroyed here. Gutor, just 11 health, and Signature, just no. That's all I'm saying, just no.
Yeah. AWP will come in for reality, but I'm wondering if Boot will opt for that aggressive middle play again. They haven't done it a few rounds. They've sat back. Is that triple? No, I was going to say, we don't see that very often.
If they were going to do triple up, they may as well do an auto sniper as well, just to really put the punishment in.
That would have been ideal to see. I know, default round. Boot, not wanting to take anything for granted. Just sticking to their laurels. And playing it smart.
The crazy thing here is the second match is cash, and I favour massively Boot on this. Mirage is picked by Signature. They've had good games against his team on it, but currently, it's not looking good.
Well,
Boot, they just have a massive advantage.
Boot played Signature on cash in this tournament and came out 16-6 victors. So, and in actual fact, yeah, Signature did pick Mirage and Boot picked cash. So I just wanted to confirm that, but that doesn't look good for Signature. And we did say earlier on the tournament that this could happen. Signature, they played a lot of Inferno. That's how they qualified for this point. And this is the problem we foresaw. We didn't know how they would react on the other maps. They came out with some fantastic wins on Inferno, pretty much beat everyone. And this is what you get when you're only good at one map, potentially, or you haven't had enough officials on the others. This can kind of happen.
Now, if you're Signature, how on earth do you pull yourselves back into this game? I know we see 11-4 halves, but this was so dominant. This was so fast. They didn't have a chance. They just got wrecked fully.
So for this, they need a confident pistol round. They need to win fairly cleanly, and then obviously get their retrospective force ecos, anti-ecos out the way. And then, if I was them, I'll try and win the round off the back of that with the UMPs that you've used in the previous rounds, and just try and stack their economy further. Because the problem here is if you're getting tight rounds and you're only winning by 1 or 2 or clutches, that's going to spell problems because it only requires a couple of resets, and then before you know it, it's going to be game.
You know, Signature do start off with the first kill. And that's the way they want it to go, as Boot now try to make their way onto this B bomb site. Not as in a convincing fashion as what we see on the other side, but that's a good one for Splash. Glock headshots come in, but Gutor does reply. Bomb will go down. And again, BOOT.dS, they've got the advantage, they've got the bomb down, they've got to make it work, and Rolex trying to make it happen. His impression there, doing a bit of damage. Tommy as well. Tommy with the flick of the Glocks. Headshots galore, and he comes through, bringing it 12-4. Brilliant work there from BOOT.dS as they still continue this absolute annihilation of Signature, who are probably sat there completely confused and lost of what's going on here. And guys, if you're just joining in, this is only the first map of a best of 3 for the semi-finals here of the WCA Asia Pacific, and BOOT.dS are absolutely destroying them. And don't forget to drop a follow on the Twitch channel, because we'll be giving away 1,000 unicorns after this game.
So far, so good, right? Boot. This is going a bit more the ways we kind of predicted. 12-4 half. Well, 12-4. Obviously 11-4 half. It was 12-4, it's questionable. But I don't really know if I favour this kind of force buy from Signature's side. Yes, you can do it, but at 12-4 down, I would have preferred 2 double ecos, maybe go 14-4 and then just try and win out from there. But Boot, they can just wrap these up fairly quickly. On they go onto the B-bomb site. Tommy does get dinked down to 1 HP, and Moxie's on 16. So they need to be careful not to give away too much, but they should be fairly convincing round. As I say that, Gutor, a lovely little shot through the side of the box. That will take Splashy down. And Moxie, Tommy, and Impression, they're low here. They need to be careful because the bomb's not ticking that fast just yet. I think it should all be good at this point. Tommy actually able to find 3 frags off the basis of 1 HP. He started the round on 1 HP pretty much and able to get a 3 or 4k. That's good work from him. 13-4 we have. And another eco will need to come in from Signature. They're down at 1-9, about 2k across the board. The only one with any real money is Reality. And at this rate, if they don't get a couple of flags, it'll be interesting to see if we are able to even get an AWP, maybe potentially a glass cannon. That's not good.
Signature. Can they halt this rush? Stickchan tries to start off well, but they're all looking as if Tommy and Impression getting the opening kills. The bomb goes down and this B bomb site's fully secure. The nades come in, the Kobe's, he dropped on Reality M as Rolex lives. But for how long is in a 1v4? And it looks to go 14-4.
Yep. And if you blink, you might actually miss this best of 3 at this rate because Cash, like I said, Boot won 16-6 last time. The last time these guys played on Mirage, Signature 16-13. But so far, 14-4 for Boot. Just everything's working out for them. And bear in mind, they even lost. They lost the CT pistol and the 2 rounds after that. So they went initially down 3-0. And it hasn't been until very recently that Signature were able to pick up 1 more round. So Boot has just been dominant throughout the entire half.
14-4, absolute dominance, as you said, George. Just super fast plays and super confident plays, but they're just showing that actually we're the more solid, put-together team here. Didn't matter that they went over to the T side, nothing changed. The same style is happening. And they're reading Signature like a book.
That's the problem. Reality misses his shot. He was glass cannon, gets tagged in the feet, and then his aim's going to go all over the place. So opening for Boot directly onto this A-bomb site.
Now Rolex in a good position. Might be able to do something here. Tries to spray through. Can't find Moxie. The bomb goes down. Still can't even get a kill. And there's loads of spray happening towards him. Giggsy onto Splash though. And they've got a 1-man advantage. But that's quickly taken away as Impressions comes in with a kill. 3 versus 3. And instantly, look how smart Boot are. They've all gone and hidden. They've all put themselves in better positions. Impressions and Benkai coming up huge. Final kill as Giggs goes down. We're on match point. It's 15-4. It's Signature. What is going on?
Just all the favourable trades going in favour of Boot. I said it at the start of the round. Reality had to AWP glass cannon. That's because of that force on the second round. There's no real reason to do it. You're so far down anyway. You need all the economy you can get. And that, he missed his first shot, got tagged in the feet, and that was the end of him. And that opened up the A-bomb site. And again, a lovely execution coming in from Boot. Just smokes across the board, and a good bomb plant secured them the round. And I think this map's done. I think if you're Signature, just look towards the next map. And unfortunately for them, that's Cash.
It is Cash, and it's a map that BOOT.dS are a lot more confident than Signature on. Signature need this to be Inferno, and we'll be honest, they got here by playing a lot of Inferno and playing it very convincingly. But you need to have a stronger map pool than just one, especially when it gets into the best of 3s. But Rolex didn't get checked, and that was BOOT.dS's fault. They didn't look for it. He got the kills. This gives him a chance. This gives him an opening. 3 versus 5. Impression tries to come in there. Benkai and Tommy coming up huge. Now it's a 1v2. Tommy to take on Stickchan and Ryan Giggs. They might live to fight another day, and that's exactly what they do. Tommy goes down, and they do have a chance here. They might be able to pull this back. 10 rounds they would need in a row. I don't feel that confident for him, but I won't say it's over until it's over. I won't say it's over until we hit that 16 rounds, because anything can happen when it is Counter-Strike.
That's very true, but it would be potentially a very long way back for Signature at this point. They need to just, okay, again, the cliche, round at a time. That's what you can do. 15-5, just try and get the next 10. Could bring it to overtime potentially, but I think Boot have got one too many tactics up their sleeve to let that happen. But still, like you said, they win the force, they get themselves a full buy, AK, M4s across the board, and some utility, so still, there's a chance.
Rolex and Brutal starting off strong. Impression and Moxie straight on the reply, evening it up. Great use of the incendiary, but Tommy with the crouch spray. Reality doesn't stand a chance. They will now be able to get this bomb down. It's going to be a 2 versus 3. And Signature, they need to get this. Stickchan has to make this happen. Giggsy, can he do anything? Can he put his Counter-Strike skills to use? It's not football anymore. He's got to shoot guns, not kick ball. The Stickchan's doing all the work. Stickchan does it all with a little bit of backup, and they make it happen. 15-6 is going to be the scoreline, and round by round, they're starting to make it happen. BOOT.dS look to try and put an end to it, but Signature, they're just holding on.
I really like that just in the end, that nice Molotov towards the back left of the site. That forced one of the Boot guys out of position, and that was initiated the retake there. So far so good. 2 rounds on the bounce. AWP finally back in the hands of reality. And he does have armor this time, but he misses the initial first shot, so that could be dangerous. Still, long way to go.
Woo. And this is Reality M. Getting a couple of shots in there, the AWP. Manages to find a kill. But it is an eco-ish round for BOOT.dS. Splash had the scout. The rest of them got deagles. We know what they can do. Gutor! How did he not see that? Now just about alive with 2 HP. Does find the kill onto Moxie as well. Only impression left, and well, that'll be all she wrote. As we hit 15-7 now, and BOOT.dS, they've still got a massive lead. They've now got the money. But Signature, they've just got to keep pushing. They've got to take it round by round, and there's a glimmer of hope here for them.
And have we cursed Boot? Have I cursed Boot? Because as the rounds go on, it gets harder and harder because Signature keeps stacking economy. Eventually, you might even see the double AWP. Okay, it only takes 1 round, but it's gone from a force fire with UMPs. Oh, in reality, just trying to force the issue, trying to go aggressive, and that's not what you want to be doing at 15-7 down. I understand why, but that's going to initiate the tactic for Boot.
Yeah, risk versus reward, and that reward didn't come in as Rolex was in a good spot, but he couldn't do too much with it. Wasn't able to get more than 1 kill as Gutor misses a huge spray there. He's got to be careful. Giggsy and Sandwich finds one, looks for the second. He doesn't know where to turn as Stickchan backing him up through the smoke, finds the kill. Kill after kill comes in. Giggsy ends it onto Benkai, and another round takes place. Another round the BOOT.dS can't make work. 15-8 now. And Signature, have they found a winning formula here?
And the problem is as well, they've just given 3 AKs to the CT side. That is a really dangerous situation. Forced by Tech 9s. Maybe consider a pause. You were 15-4 up. It's now 15-8. That's the back of 3 buy rounds. And, well, 3 rounds, 2 buy rounds. And they've been convincing for Signature. They haven't really been close. The only one that was close was that retake. But even though numbers-wise it was fairly tight, the retake was convincing. There was no damage put down from the terrorist side.
And Stickchan, is he going to go get aggressive, or is he just going to hold his position there? Don't give anything away. Don't give him an advantage into this. Nice work from Gutor. Deals the damage onto Tommy, but he's lucky there wasn't too many more of them there. Stickchan's going to meet Splash very soon. Seems like the T's are going to try and push on to this B bomb. It's like they're waiting for some sort of timing. Splash has got a couple of flashes and a smoke grenade to work with. Oh, and Benkai does spot it out. Sees what was going on. Stickchan sprays out 1. Looks for the second. Manages to make it happen as the flashes go wrong. As Impressions does a bit of damage, but not enough. They won't get the bomb plant in, and great hold from Stickchan. 4 kills come up on the board. 15-9 now, and Signature making this closer and closer. BOOT.dS again. You're on eco last round. Now you've brought up into it. You've got to make this work, and Splash picks up the AWP. Going to try and force their hand. Try and force them out of position. Try and make this work and close this game out now.
Well, this is where having your coach on the server could actually pay dividends, because he might see something that you might not. He might have an idea, and I don't know whether he's in their voice chat, but if he's not on the server, I'm guessing not. And when it gets a bit tight, that's where you need your coaches to come into play and just bring that clutch kind of cool. But not all's lost. 15-9, and Boot, they do have middle control, so they can get back into this round.
And I like this from Splash, holding the angle, looking to see if anyone's going to jump up. We know people are used to doing that jump to try and get some information. If you can catch a kill there, that would be huge. Given open him, given a chance to get into this. Giggsy already dropped down to 49 health. But Stickchan comes away with the first kill. Splash loses out. Rolex and Guto doing the work. Is Benkai going to be enough here? It's Benkai and Moxie the only guys left alive, but Rolex says no. He puts an end to it all. And Moxie, 1v4. Is he just better off saving? The timeout's been called, and I guarantee you that's going to be BOOT.dS.
Yeah, that would be 6 rounds in a row if you, obviously, providing Moxie doesn't come out with a 1v4 clutch. What looked very dominant from Boot. They just seem to have lost their confidence. They went down into middle. They tried to take that early control. They did it. They got smoked off, and then they just got pinched in connector. And to me, it strikes like they had no idea how they wanted to end that round. Normally, the classic way of doing that kind of round is you take middle, you smoke off the old Karrigan, smoke the back of connector, and then you get one guy into connector, and then you rotate to a bomb site, providing you've made picks either on the middle area or across the map. So, and then obviously your lurker would be retrospective the other side of the map. But the thing for me is they're doing all of this stuff, and they had no trades. Nothing worked for them. So, right time for a pause. It's just whether are we going to see that pause then a rush B, like we saw on Cobble from Chiefs, or are we going to see a more tactical play?
Do they go for the desperate plays? Do they go for the rush Bs? Or do they take a more methodical approach? Only time will tell, but they've got to find that answer soon because they can't keep throwing away rounds. They're on match point. It just takes one more. But Signature, all respect to them, they're playing their CT more defensively. They're coming out at the right time. Reality M stepped it up with the AWP. Rolex has just come up huge, and Stickchan single-handedly controlling that B bomb site.
Well, this whole comeback started off the back of the UMP of Rolex on the apartments. He just made it happen, and then that's led to the 6 rounds in a row. And BOOT.dS, the thing they need to not do now is get unconfident. Don't do your default and just kind of go into your shells. Don't wait too long. Again, Signature. That's the first kill opening frag across the map. Every single round.
Tommy starting off well though, finds the kill onto Rolex. Impressions though has gone down. And this is the round that Boot need to hold. The CTs, not as aggressive on A as they have been. Stickchan now coming from CT spawn. Flash goes over, and that's a great start as Tommy, unable to do anything, drops down instantly. And they've got to find a way to push into this. Giggsy down on 19 health. Splash, they just saw his head. And no one took a shot towards him. Spray comes through the smoke. Splash finds one. He's on top of the bomb. Is anyone aware? And yes, they are as they start to close it out. Reality M, the only one left alive. He's in a 1v2 of the AWP. Is he on it? Oh my God. They were stabbing him up, confused of what was going on. But BOOT.dS do take it. 16-10, but all respect has to go to Signature, who managed to fight back, not in a massively convincing way, but they held it together. They didn't lose faith.
And do you know what lost him that whole game? Giggsy smoked the bomb, and it allowed the terrace guy to just walk around it.
Just chilling, just go in and deal more damage to him.
6 rounds in a row, and then to smoke your own bomb like that and just lose. Tragic.
Stick to the football pitch, Giggsy.
Yeah.
Put down the guns. Counter-Strike's not for you. We've seen you try, and it's not worked so far.
I mean, what do you take away from that if you're Signature? I guess the comeback, really. I mean, the 6 rounds.
That is something they can sit and go, we're confident on. Okay, everything was against us. We're completely down and out from it. They had a much better side than us, and we still fought back with everything we had.
Yeah, I'm just really impressed by Boot, the way they play the game.
Yeah.
The team plays really nice. The execution's good.
I'm looking,
pauses.
if we see Boot versus Chiefs, that's going to be a glorious game, right?
Yeah, no, I actually feel confident for Boot in that game. Okay, some people will question, but what we've seen from Chiefs and what I've seen from Boot so far, my gut is telling me, and the old gut is telling me that Cash is going to be fairly confident for Boot.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. We'll be coming on the next map, which is going to be Cash very soon between these two teams. Will BOOT.dS close it out 2-0, or will we see it go 1-1 and push us to a third and final map? Only time will tell, but make sure you head on to unicorn.com/deposit if you're from the UK or Australia.